Oh, girl.
Yes, sir.
Look it, we gotta look around in here. Pick all these cucamelons. This one's not as sweet. Yours is much sweeter. Can I taste it? I am not ready for these to be ready to pick yet.